You know what is recursion, everyone? So within 10 minutes, I need to finish recursion and I will give you one programming assignment. So if you already know about the recursion, then I can cover it. Otherwise, I will take one more lecture to explain recursion. So please reply. If you know already recursion, then fast forward, I will explain you recursion and directly I will give you the assignment. If not, then I require another one lecture to explain you the recursion. Yes or no? Am I audible, Divya?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So you know what is recursion, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
We will plan one more lecture for recursion in this week only. If you know it, then it is fine. Yeah. If you are able to write program using recursion, you know very good program for using recursion is to find out factorial of given number. Okay, so this is a recursive program in Java to find out the factorial of given number. This is non-recursive program. Actually, this is non-recursive program. Okay, then let me check whether it is recursive. Where is non-recursive program? Okay, no problem. So you know how to calculate recursion, how to calculate factorial of the given number. So if you can say factorial n is nothing but n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 up to 3 into 2 into 1. You need to keep on multiply the number till 1. Okay. This is nothing but the definition of factorial, and factorial 0 is always 1. Okay. So we can write one recursive program for this. So what is recursion? Recursion is nothing but the function which call itself till some condition is satisfied, some termination condition is satisfied. A function is keep on calling itself. This is nothing but recursion in Java. Okay, so if you can say for termination condition for factorial is, what is the termination condition of the factorial? Factorial 0 will be always 1 and factorial 1 will be always 1. Okay, so if you can see here, I define this program is to calculate factorial using recursion. Okay, so facto is nothing but I declare one variable, facto is 1, and suppose I want to calculate factorial of n. So this is integer dot parseInt argc 0. Okay, so I'm taking input from user as a command line, and I'm converting that value to the integer, and that value is going to store in variable n. So whatever value is entered by the user is considered as a string, as you remember, and we need to convert that integer value into integer, that string value into integer using parseInt function. Okay, and integer is the name of the class. Integer dot parseInt args 0 means the first argument passed by the user is going to store in variable n. Suppose I want to calculate the factorial of 5. So I enter 5 while one line execution, right? So n is equals to 5. And what is the termination condition over here? If n is equals to 0 and n is equals to 1. Okay, student. Then system will return facto. What is facto here? 1. Because the factorial of 0 and 1 is always 1. And if not, then int I is equals to 1, I less than equals to n, I plus plus, you need to calculate facto is equals to facto into I. Means that number into the number I. You start with the 1. 1 to that number. Okay. So this is a program for writing factorial. Okay. This is non-recursive definition. Let me change. And next slide is for recursion. This is the recursive definition. Let me present. Okay. So recursion says what? I declare one function factorial. Factorial is the name of the function int n. The n is nothing but the number for which I need to calculate the recursion. And what is the termination condition here? If n is equals to 0, then it will return 1. Else it will return what? N into factorial n minus 1. So this is nothing but the recursive definition. Return n into, I'm calling that function again. Means I'm calling factorial function inside the factorial function. Okay, so this is the recursive definition to find out the factorial. And the previous slide, this is the non-recursive definition, means I'm using for loop to calculate the factorial. And this is the recursive definition. Okay. So I'm writing one factorial function over here. And you need to take input from user and you're calling that factorial function over here. So hope you understand the definition, recursive and non-recursive definition of factorial. Okay. Next is Fibonacci sequence. You know what is Fibonacci sequence, all of you? Okay. The series like 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13 and 21. Okay. So this is Fibonacci series. You can write recursive and non-recursive definition of Fibonacci series. Okay, this is the recursive definition of Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci n term is nothing but Fibonacci n minus 1 plus Fibonacci n minus 2. With the termination condition is f0 is equals to f1 is equals to 1. Means first two elements will be 1, 1. So what will be the termination condition over here? If n is equals to 0, then it will return 0. Otherwise, it will return 1. Else, it will return Fibonacci n minus 1 plus Fibonacci n minus 2. So this is the recursive definition to find out Fibonacci sequence. So already आप लोगों ने C में ये सभी प्रोग्राम किए हैं, right? So no need to explain much. And this is the program recursive definition of to find out GCD. GCD is nothing but the greatest common divisor. Okay, so you can write the Fibonacci definition for this. So these are the formulas. I will give you these slides to you so that you can write a recursive and non-recursive program for factorial, Fibonacci series and GCD. Okay, सबको practice करना है यहाँ. And after that, this is your programming assignment, which you need to submit in next Tuesday. Okay, the first program is you need to write a Java program that print all real solution to the quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, and you need to read ABC and use the quadratic formula. Okay, so for this program you need to check b square minus 4ac whether it is negative or positive, and based on this you need to find out the roots of quadratic equation. And remember, ABC value you need to take at the time of execution. You can use either command line argument or you can use the scanner class. This is the first program you need to write. Second program, you need to write a menu-driven Java program which will read a number and should implement the following method. Second program is very important. You need to write one menu-driven program. Menu-driven program लिखा है means you need to use the switch case. ठीक है, switch case जो मैंने आज आपको explain किया है. So all of you please go through that program first. I will give you the line of code. Don't worry. You try that program first, and then you need to write this second program. Menu-driven program is there. In that menu, 4 options are there. First is for factorial. Second one is for test Armstrong number. Third one is to test the palindrome. Fourth one is the prime number, and third one is the Fibonacci series. Okay, so 1, 4, and 5. I already give you in this slide, right? Factorial program, prime number program, and Fibonacci series. And for palindrome program, you need to write and test Armstrong number, whether the given number is Armstrong or not. So 5 different programs you need to merge in one program. Okay, using switch case. Okay, if my option is 1, then system will print the factorial of the given number. and accordingly it will test the Armstrong number, palindrome, prime number, and Fibonacci series. This is your second program. Okay, and third program is to create a Java-based application to perform various ways for method overloading. This is program is for method overloading. I think I already solved this program using constructor overloading. We use 4 types of constructor, if you remember. Default constructor, then you are having parameterized constructor with 1 parameter, 2 parameter, 3 parameter, and we are using the method overloading in the constructor. Okay, so all of you go through the previous program which I already given to you and try to do this programming assignment 1, 2, 3. Okay, so after the end of this lecture I will post a slide to you, the recursion and control statement slide. To read all this slide, try to execute the program which are there inside the slide and try to implement this programming assignment. Okay, and you need to submit this programming assignment through Google Form. And that Google Form, you need to copy the line of code in say Notepad and you need to submit and you need to give the screenshot of your output. Okay. So any doubt then please ask.